I just don't feel like a mom yet. And he said, how? You're literally breastfeeding your child right now. The hormones are like putting a bunch of butterflies in a box and shaking the box up. He is such a great dad. It's not like this amazing experience that a lot of women talk about. Howdy folks, I just grabbed my camera really quick here. Look at my sweet baby, I just fed him. So I think he's what you call a little bit of milk drunk. You can't lay down quite yet. Not quite yet, baby. And here he is right here. His cheeks have some baby acne on there. So sad. My precious baby. Getting his first dose of acne from his mama. Oh, we got a spit bubble. You're so cute, bub. You are so cute. I'm slowly starting to get in a bit of a routine now with him. But it's more so just being a first-time newborn parent. And that's perfectly fine. He's my #1 priority, and making sure he's fed and he's gaining weight. Yes. And his diapers are getting changed, and all of that is my #1 priority. Yes, you are. Love you so much. And then second would be, I mean, obviously my husband and my household is important, my dog, like all that, but YouTube is important to me, so I am gonna be getting back at it sooner than like what a typical maternity leave would be, I guess. But I'm gonna go at my own speed, my own pace, and I'm not gonna be rushed by anyone. Yeah, I wish you guys could see this. He has his, oh, can you see that? He has his hand wrapped around my thumb. Oh. I have been really emotional, but not like emotional, like happy cry emotional. And also my emotions are settling down, they're leveling out, which I'm so happy about. I could talk about that in a whole nother video. I definitely do not think, I know postpartum is like the first 3 months and I'm only on 2 weeks, but I do not think I have postpartum. I know I don't have postpartum depression. I don't think I'm gonna get it. At first I was thinking I had baby blues because I was very emotional in the beginning, but I don't even think I have baby blues. But I thought I'd be super emotional where I would just like look at him and just like happy cry and just be so overwhelmed of gratitude and just happiness. But I haven't done that, and I'm like super shocked by that. But I do love him so much, and we're just getting used to each other even still. Aren't we, buddy? He's so sleepy. Oh yes, your stretches are my favorite. I love your stretches. But yeah, I love him right now at this stage, and I'm gonna super miss the newborn stage. That's why I'm trying to soak it all in. But I am really excited for him to be able to like recognize people and smile and laugh and be able to just, I don't know, like be his own little person. I'm really excited for that. I'm really looking forward to this next year of my age, I guess, because I'm gonna be 22 tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to 22, but 21 has brought me, I might cry right now when I was just talking about emotions, but I mean, 21 years old, I got married to my best bud ever. I love Grant so much. He is such a great husband in person, but he is such a great dad. And I knew he would be, but he's part of the reason that makes him such a great dad is because he's such a great husband. I wish you guys could see the way he is. And I knew he would be good, but oh my gosh, it blows my mind how good he is. And especially in the very beginning, like he picked up the whole dad thing, like Wesson, the way he held him, carried him, the way he like hushed Wesson and like put Weston at ease. I always thought they said it was the mom that did that. No, it was Grant. But truthfully, I think the #1 reason is why he's such a good dad is because he's such a great husband. Because in the whole hospital stay and everything and coming home, he's cared about how I'm doing and about how Weston's doing. And he put me first and wanted to make sure I was doing good. And he would always check in on me when he's away at college or work. He'll call me and say, how are you doing? And how is Weston doing? And he is just so incredible. And I'm so blessed and thankful and honored and lucky. I'm so lucky to have met my husband at 14 years old and be married to him at 21 years old. And I always have said for such a long time, before we were even pregnant, before we knew we were having a boy, I always said that I wanted a little Grant. I've always wanted to raise a little version of Grant and just be able to raise someone like Grant. I think he's amazing, such an amazing man. And not even in the typical way, like, I don't know, he's unique. It's not even like he's like super, super kind to everyone and super generous and like that. Like, he's his own type of awesome man, I think. And I've always wanted to raise a little Grant. And then now look, 21 brought me, my number one goal has always been to be a great wife. Not just to be a wife, but to be a good wife. And then my number 2 all-time life goal, I've only ever had 2 like all-time life goals. And then I have other layers of goals, but all-time is to be a great wife, not just a wife, and to be a great mom, not just a mom. And so 21 also brought me this, as his onesie says, little answered prayer. I've always wanted to be a mom, and I really, really wanted to get pregnant in 2019 when I was 21, right after we got married. And I did get pregnant. And I was pregnant on our wedding day. He was being created inside my belly, and I didn't even know it. So yes, I was brought Wesson Grant, and he gets to carry on his dad's name, first and last name, really. And it's been really fun. I mean, 22 is gonna bring even more fun with Wesson, but we're still just learning each other, and I'm just learning how to be a mom, and it's still weird that I am a mom. I told Grant the other day that I don't feel like a mom yet. Like, I don't know, I just don't feel like a mom yet. And he said, how? You're literally breastfeeding your child right now. And I said, I don't know, I just don't feel that connection, not connection of love, because I do feel the connection of love, but the connection of motherhood. I'm just speaking honest, it's just where my heart is at, and that's totally fine, but I don't feel like a mom yet, and I don't think I will until I'm definitely in a routine, until I'm used to him, and I don't know, he knows who I am, and I know who he is, and I know his sounds and traits and everything. But also the first week had been really hard, just with hormones leveling out. I mean, I had been pregnant for 9 months, then they all drop off, and they're just crazy. I told Grant the other day, the hormones are like putting a bunch of butterflies in a box and shaking the box up. But it's been crazy. And also on top of that, I never really knew any other little babies, so any first sounds, or the first time he was like spitting up, and like he could breathe, but he was like trying to catch his breath, it scared the crap out of me. I cried, and it just put me in a funk the rest of the night. But it's because I've never heard any baby make that noise, let alone my precious little 1 week old or a few days old. I don't know how old he was then, but it scared me a lot. And yeah, it's just the first week was super, super tough. Also, I'm running off no sleep, and I'm in pain myself, so that was very interesting. But I'm really thankful I've experienced it and went through it and everything. Like, I'm gonna learn I've already learned a lot about myself through pregnancy, labor, now being a newborn parent, newborn mom, being a mom. But 22, I'm going to learn so much more about myself, and I'm just so excited for that life growth. I could just go off on a rant about where I'm at right now, and I was going to make this like a day in the life, or just show you what's going on in my life, but now I've just ranted, so maybe this is just going to be a ranting vlog. He's so sweet. I'm finally getting back to myself. As you can see, my laptop is out. I'm editing his birth vlog right now, and that's super fun for me. So I would love for his birth vlog to be up tomorrow on my 22nd birthday. That would be cool. His birth vlog on my birthday being posted. Looking back at his birth vlog is so emotional right now, editing through it. So I'm not rushing it to get it up tomorrow by any means, but also I don't want to like overly edit it. I want it to be pretty raw. I was talking to him when I was feeding him, asking him if I'm the best mommy, giving him all the goods, and asking him if he's excited for daddy to come home. You love daddy, don't ya? Ooh, you said yeah. I haven't honestly held him like too much. Like I feed him and that's just about it. And so I've had to give like 2 parent advice things for like baby showers already, which is crazy because he's just 2 weeks old. But I said the same thing on both of them, and that's just like enjoy the first early weeks because I know that these are like going away, and also just soak in all your own like time with him and do skin to skin because I know that's really important for him. And like it's just, they're never going to be this small again. Like he's just growing now. So just to really soak in that time. And I really don't think I've done that myself, so that's why I'm trying to share that, but I'm trying to work on that and get more one-on-one time with him. Tomorrow he has to go back to the doctor because he's not up to birth weight yet. Hopefully he will be tomorrow, but we've had to keep going to the doctor. We went for like our hospital discharge checkup, and then they said he had lost too much weight, that they needed him to come back the following day. So then the next day we went back, and then they said, okay, we need you to come back in a week. And then we came back in a week, and they said he's not gaining weight. Like this isn't, like he's not gaining enough weight. So then we had to come back in another week. So tomorrow is that other week checkup, and I'm just hoping that he's going to be back up to birth weight, or hopefully above birth weight. We're feeding him as much as possible, and he's being satisfied every single time. He's having so many poop and pee diapers. So Grant and I are confident that he's just a little guy and that he's getting what he needs, and I'm not too worried about it. I am breastfeeding. I typically just feed on the breast, but today I've actually been doing bottles and pumping today. Actually, all his feeds today I've done bottles and pumping, which I typically do not do. Yeah, Mama doesn't do that. But I thought it would help me be able to edit some more today, and that's just such a joke. Like I think I can get things done, but it just, everything revolves around his feeding schedule. Yes, it does. So if you guys have a newborn, you totally understand how that is, because he feeds, yes, he feeds every 2 hours, but if he's hungry before then, I'll feed him even before the 2-hour mark, which happens sometimes. Sometimes he's hungry at the 1.5 hour. But in the beginning, it was taking me a full hour to breastfeed. I don't even know if this is interesting to anyone, but in the beginning, it would take me a full hour to breastfeed him because we were just learning together and whatnot. So then after that full hour, I would have another hour before I had to feed him again, because it's 2 hours from start to start. Now, after it's been 2 weeks, it's been taking us about 30 minutes to feed, and then it'll be like another 1.5 hours, and then I'll feed him again unless he wants fed earlier. But in that like 1.5 hour time, once again, I'm trying to get like take a shower or do something for Barrett, let him out, feed him, or pick up the house, clean his bottles, just different things like that. Clean my Haka pump, because I always make sure to clean any pumps right away after I use them because I'm so scared to get mastitis. I thought that if I bottle fed him today and just pumped, that it would be like more time for me to be able to edit, but that's not the case. But that's perfectly fine. I'm seriously in absolutely no rush. People have been DMing me asking when I'm gonna get back to YouTube, and it will feel so great when I'm back to YouTube and just in like a schedule and a routine. Also, I mean, I am breastfeeding and I think we're doing good. We're doing successful at it and everything. But you probably could get laid down now, and Mama's just enjoying looking at you. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Yes, so breastfeeding is going well, but right now it's not like this amazing experience that a lot of women talk about. I'm sure at some point, once he gets older, we're more comfortable with it. I'm sure it'll be this amazing thing, but right now it's just not this amazing thing. And the first week definitely wasn't this like spectacular amazing thing. I think I even brought this up in another little video. Grant's home, I can see him. Daddy's home, ooh, ooh, ah. Let's party, yeah, Daddy's home. The weather's really nice outside, so my windows are open, so Grant will hear me talking to myself. But I was gonna say like why, oh yeah, it was in my birth story that I brought it up and I finally realized, but when people would ask me how I was doing, my only answer, like the only word I could think of was exhausted, because that's exactly what I was feeling. And then now the second week people ask me how I'm doing, I say good. So my words are changing and that's a positive, but I realized why I was exhausted. I thought using the word exhausted was so negative. Hi babe. I thought using the word negative was so exhausted, but love you. I was talking to my vlog. I was gonna make a little vlog clip here.
Barrett, no.
Barrett, come on. Barrett, get away from that. Mama loved that black candle. Barrett, come here.
Is right over here.
Oh, big stretches. Big stretches. Big brother made a mess. What was that? Big brother made a mess. But really quick, that was my favorite candle. It was such a chic black candle. Right there. Shattered. But why I was so exhausted was because I loved him so much. I was trying to figure it out, trying to figure out his sounds, trying to do it all, trying to keep the house clean, trying to be a good version of myself, keep my house clean so that I can be mentally clean and that I'm a good wife and all this stuff. And that is why I was exhausted. Love you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I know why you're such a good dad.